Welcome back to It Hurts to Be Pretty podcast. It is December 110th day of December. I don't even know. My luggage was lost in the sea of Southwest. I was one of the victims who didn't make it out, but my luggage apparently did. So I spent Christmas Day at the airport looking for my luggage and then standing in line to file a claim because you can't just hope that your luggage comes back to you. I heard many stories sitting in line of people who didn't get to see their family, lost their luggage, and so I was one of them. So Gabby and I, speaking of makeup, we had all our makeup still in our luggage. So, Gabby, what are we going to do? Like, eyelashes are my thing. I need some mascara. So Walgreens was the only thing open. We go to Walgreens and buy some cheap makeup. Like, I'm talking, I just grabbed some stuff to get us by. Gabby used it that night, take a few selfies, and woke up with puffy eyes, allergic, rash. I mean, it was bad. I haven't seen my daughter like that ever. And she's all, Mom, I think something's wrong with that eyeliner.
Girl, no.
Yeah, so we've had quite the Christmas.
Yeah, happy holidays. Oh my God, I'm so sorry for y'all.
Yeah,
that sounds terrible.
It was crazy. Everyone's like, how are you holding your shit together? I'm like, I don't know. It's either, so to say more of this story, my son actually made it to Miami and enjoyed my oceanfront balcony view by himself.
Yeah, he sure did. He went go-karting.
He's like sending me pictures of the balcony.
He's charging shit to the room.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I was all, don't order any porn. And he goes, Mom,
Oh
who
my
orders
God.
porn?
Honestly, girl, like, wait, what? This ain't Rat
porn?
Race, honey. Like, oh my gosh, girl, X-Tube is a thing. Like, it's fine, honey. I'm sure he did just fine.
I was saying my age for sure because I'm like, oh, people don't order porn anymore. I didn't know that was
How
like.
do you like in the mail? How do you order
No,
porn?
Baby,
in hotel.
pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You don't remember?
No, they still have that at hotels.
Absolutely.
They do.
Mhm.
See, that's what I'm saying. So
Giant jugs, you know? Like,
See, I'm new to the porn game. I'm like, I mean, not saying I watch porn every night, but
You don't?
Pornhub, it's easy.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Or Twitter if you really know where you're going.
Oh, I didn't know
Twitter?
that.
Yes, honey. Get yourself a little alt account and go to town. Yeah, we can talk about that on another time.
Oh
But-
my God. Okay. So sorry I hogged the introduction, but we have our special guest back
We do.
that we love.
Yes.
Probably one of our most listened to
It is.
podcasts of the year.
It is so funny because I will literally be in stores helping with brands, and people are like, "Wait, what's your name?" I'm like, Jaray, and they're like, "Jaray for the Slay from Angels Podcast." I'm like,
No way.
"Oh my God, yes, girl!" Like, "I follow you." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Welcome to the team!" Like, and also thank you for having me back, ladies.
I
Thank
know. We love you
you.
so much, and I thought it was appropriate to have you come on end of the year because how we ended, even though it was a shitty like last few days and probably a year.
It's been a year.
Lord, we're looking for better.
2023, bless us with that good old Michael Jordan number, sis. Let's go, like something.
So we have you back, and I just want to appreciate for you taking time out to be with us. And I know that like you have a busy schedule. People want their makeup done.
Yeah. They do. Purr,
So
honey.
we are double fisting today.
And we are. 'Cause
Cheers.
the rest of the day we're off, sister.
Cheers.
Yes. Cheers, not tears, girl. Cheers, not tears. Yes.
What do you got in your cup?
I got a little bit of this vodka, little Tito moment, because we on that low-calorie click, gluten-free, something like that.
Yeah.
One of those, you know.
Something healthy.
And a little
Sugar-free.
Topo Chico, sugar-free. Yeah, so we trying to keep it cute until later, you know.
Well, I have to say, you have lost weight in the last, and I don't think you were ever big by any means, but I feel like in the last like 6 months, I've really seen you change. Your body's changed.
Thank you.
And I see you wear them hoochie daddy shorts.
Yes.
I'm like, look at those legs.
Thank you.
So what made you want to, like, what happened? What changed?
Last year I got to a really weird part. COVID 2020. I had a ex of 8 years at the time. It was 6, and he had gotten into a car accident, and I really kind of threw myself into work to make that money, honey, because bills is expensive, okay? Especially the medical bills and whatnot. And I just gained and like lost control of myself. I was working nonstop. I was eating whatever I could find, McDonald's, Burger King, a Chick-fil-A. And like at one point I just looked at the scale and all of a sudden I was 260.
And you're all, oh, what happened?
Because like we like being thick, you know, like Beyonce said that's that thick, but that was that thick. Okay, it was like that peanut butter wasn't coming out the jar, baby. So I finally got to a point. I want to say about this time last year, I started going to F45 for a little bit.
That's intense.
Because it was intense, but I just needed something to get me on track.
Yeah.
Just some
accountability.
Exactly, and you know, I think we had talked very lightly about someone that we both knew who was very inspirational to me.
Yeah.
And when I looked
my
at
ex, Bricks.
Okay, I didn't know if we talked about him or not.
Oh,
So
we talk about
That's
it.
how I met Alex.
Oh, true?
Yeah, he
videographer.
was doing video for Bricks.
Oh, purr.
Yeah.
See, so, and like one of the things from Bricks, like, I don't know this man. I just saw him on YouTube. I
Yeah.
was like, that's crazy because I told you that like many moons ago.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing from him was like just starting consistency and being consistent. So if you're only going to go to the gym once a week, like put all your effort in that once a week and keep doing that once a week. And then for me, I went from that once a week to like, okay, I'm gonna do this twice, to 3, to 4.
Isn't it crazy how it does that? Like,
Absolutely.
You're like, okay, I did my, and I used to feel so good when I would do my once a week. I'm like,
Yes.
oh, I earned my like chocolate chip cookie.
Baby, yes. I'm gonna go get that McDouble again. Like,
Because you're like, oh, I worked out. I'm good.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But then it became like, if I did not go to the gym at 4 to 5 days a week, I will have like a whole meltdown now. Like, because the endorphin levels, the routine levels, and you know, sometimes we don't get to do that, you know, with appointments, clients, when you get that one client who you have to see at 6 a.m. because they got to fly out for whatever, and you're like, well, F my life. You know? Let me go ahead and get to yours. But then you kind of start to develop this like aspect of like, okay, cool. If I didn't do it this time, then I'm going to do it later on tonight so I can still get that energy up. So, yeah, that was my biggest thing, just starting consistency. And as I became more consistent, I had a goal in my head, but I didn't know what I wanted to look like really. So I just kept lifting and doing a little bit of cardio. And right now we're here.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I've been
Thank
seeing the
you.
selfies when he wears
The
his little
shirtless selfies.
I'm like, okay, I'm here for it.
Thank you.
Because I've seen the growth and like, but let's go back to the breakup because
Yeah, we need to know.
I talk about my breakups and I'm very open about my relationships, and you were with him for a long time.
Yeah, and you know, my ex and I were together for 8 years, and it got to a point that it wasn't messy or anything like that. It just like we were together since he was 18 and I was 20. And after 8 years,
Wow.
you start to I'm knocking on 30's door. We're coming
Yeah.
real close. I'm gonna be 29 in a couple months, and I just started to feel like I was not living the life that I wanted to live. Not because of him, not because of anyone
Yeah.
specifically, but just because like I needed to figure out what I needed to do. And my biggest thing, at first, I'm not gonna lie, I was messy, honey. I was just like, I gotta go, you need to leave. And I left, I got all my stuff and ran, honey. And then like there was just this one moment one day when we were like in the middle of talking about something where I was like, this does not need to be a Degrassi episode. Okay, this does not need to be dramatic whatsoever at all. We don't have to I don't need to throw glass at the door as he walks out.
Have you done that?
Oh, hell no. I can't, girl. She said, oh.
I'm like, I've thrown glass before, so just wondering.
Have you? See, I think for me, it was like the basis of like, why am I going to put my energy into so much negativity with this person I've built 8 years of my life with when I want to see them succeed and be positive?
You don't wish bad on them.
Absolutely not. So I kind of just took a step back and I was like, yo, this is where I want to do. This is how I want to treat our relationship going forward. If that's okay, cool. If you can't handle it, totally understand if you need your space. And there's been weeks, sometimes days, sometimes weeks, where it's like, okay, hey, I need space. I'm going to go over here. Don't talk to me for a little bit. From him and from me.
Wow.
At the end of the day, I could probably marry him still. I'm not going to lie. But for right now, I just needed this time just to focus on, like, Jaray. Like, I'm going to Las Vegas next week. I didn't ask anybody, honey.
Yes,
I just said I'm going to book this trip. Exactly. And those little things where I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm an adult. Like,
Freedom feels good.
It does. It really does, honestly.
It has its perks for sure.
does.
You're just like, this is where I'm gonna go. This is where I want to eat. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But it does get lonely.
Absolutely.
It does get lonely,
Absolutely.
especially around the holidays.
Honey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And, like, it was... Whoo, Ooh, the holidays were something. So we spent Thanksgiving together. Fabulous. Loved it. And then the week before Christmas, we had a little tiff or whatever, to where we weren't talking for a couple days. And then the day of Christmas, like, we talked and we ordered Chinese. We saw the Whitney Houston movie together. And it was fun. It was a good time. And I love him at the end of the day. If there was anything else, I want to spend Christmas with him and our dog. So I was very happy we were able to do that. And I'm happy that we're kind of creating this new nuance of, like, excuse my language, but fuck what you heard. Fuck what you were doing the last 10 years of, like, I need the Whitney Houston, or not Whitney Houston, Angela Bassett in Waiting to Exhale, where she's throwing the light to the car. I was like, we don't take the light back. We don't need to do all that, because that's a big car now, okay? And let's just be chill. I have a business with him, a business space, I should say, with him, and, like, we're just doing what we want to do right now.
Are you dating?
I am dating, yes.
Does he know that?
Yes.
Okay, good. This seems very healthy.
Absolutely. And he dates too. And, like, we kind of come back together and we're like, these dudes ain't shit. Like, it's like 90% of the time, dudes ain't shit. What's
okay,
up,
thank
brother?
you to walk into my world.
Girl. I was like, at first I was a little excited because I was like, oh, is the grass greener? I'm like, no. The grass ain't greener. Why am I teaching you how to do this? Because you're older than me, one. Now, two, I'm looking for a daddy, okay? Like, let's be 100% clear.
You and I both.
Girl, that's all I need. I'm like, I need you to be fine. I need you to be on my level. And then I don't need you to take care of me, but I need you to, like, treat me every now and then. I'm going to treat you back. Don't play. Like, you go get a massage. You might get a cute little watch.
I want to be treated.
Yeah.
Like,
who doesn't?
I want planned dates.
Hell yes.
I want some roses.
Absolutely.
I want some, like, honey, I have dinner ready. You've been working all day.
Baby, let me just get on your shoulders real quick. Maybe we work out together. But I think, especially for us both, all of us working in the service industry, I do expect a certain level of love and care from whoever I'm dating, because, like, I literally, and you do too, pour ourselves into our clients, into our business.
You're depleted at the end of the day.
And I don't mind giving that, that back. But if you ain't giving it at all, I don't even have time for it anymore. I'm like, okay, but, like, there's this one boy I'm talking to. And we were talking for a couple weeks, but then he was just telling me how he was talking to this other boy. And he had invited me to this party for New Year's Eve, but now he's going with this other boy. And I was like, oh, okay, like, you ain't my man or whatever. That's cool. That's cute, whatever. But then this motherfucker had the nerve to turn around and be like, hey, can you braid my hair today?
Oh, so that's who you're braiding today.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God.
For a fee, baby. Yeah. You wasn't going to get this all cute and for free all of a sudden anymore.
So basically get me nice and cute for your date for New Year?
When you were supposed to go. This is fucked up.
Exactly. Now, I'm going to the same party because I just so happen to have a friend who's spinning at this party.
Oh, I love it.
And, I made sure.
You're going to be looking fine.
Extra. I'm about to go. I got these see-through mesh pants, honey. This real cute jock strap. Follow Jaray for the slave. You want to see a little preview? Ow. And, I don't know what this little 22-year-old boy is going to show up and look like, but, I'm beefy daddy.
22.
So, it's stuff like that.
I can't wait to hear how this unfolds.
Honey, we'll see y'all at the end of January for another episode.
Are you going to get drama? Like, are you going to...
Oh, no, I don't do drama.
He won't be drama.
Oh, no.
You're just going to walk in that room and own it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. Because, like, I on that Taylor Swift shit, like, is it me? Am I the drama? Although there's been a couple of those incidents. We don't need to talk about those right now.
Tell us a horror story from dating.
Oh, girl. So, there was a boy. And he was much younger than me. He was, like, not, like, crazy younger, like 23. I'm 28.
That's young.
It's young, exactly. And for me, like, my soul is 42. So, like, I'm like, ooh, child, what you about to do, And we had gone out. We had a really good time. It was when I was visiting, I'm not going to say the city, but I was visiting the city for work. And met him on, one of the little apps or whatever. And he took me out, which I was like, oh, you trying to pay for daddy's drinks? All right, cute. Like, that's cool, whatever. This motherfucker did not leave me alone for like 2 weeks.
Oh, clingy.
Stage 5 clinger.
Stage 555. Like, hey, what's going on? I just want to let you know you're so handsome. I enjoyed our time together, baby.
Too much.
Exactly. Like I told you from the jump, I came here for work. I ain't coming back for nothing else, honey, because I don't need to go to that city. Let's say that.
So how do you cut things off with him?
Yo, girl, I just block him. Yeah, just ghost and block him.
You blocked him.
Especially if you start to continue on that like bullshit of like, oh, I'm just gonna text you daily until you write me back.
Hell no.
Oh,
so annoying.
It's so thirsty because I'll even see that with myself if I'm interested in a man. Excuse me. And if I'm like starting to, if I feel like if I'm sending more than 2 text messages, I need to put the phone down.
Yeah.
I'm not thirsty. I'm too cute to be thirsty.
Yeah. You have to like put yourself in check because you're like, okay, I really like this person. But then you're like, wait, I'm putting way too much effort.
Absolutely. And like, honey, we have assets, okay? Like, I'm motherfucking catch, okay? And you have to know that. Whatever you bring to the table, you have to know, I feel like, and this is what I've been learning in dating, I feel like, as a single man, if you don't know what you're bringing to the table, it is so easy to get caught up in the bullshit of, oh, I just want to be with this person. I just want to be, you know, together with someone. To where now I have like a repertoire of like, if you don't have at least this, including physical amenities, personality, mental, and financial, goodbye.
See,
Goodbye.
lesson for everyone.
Yeah. That's so cute. Well, I was talking to my nephew. He lives in Prague, and he broke up with this guy, and he started dating this other guy. And he said, Auntie, when I started dating again, I was so picky. Like, I would go to their house, and he goes, I would even see their library to see what they're reading, like what kind of books.
Absolutely.
He said, he goes, I wanted to see what kind of person they were, and I was very selective. So when I'd go to dinner, how they would treat me. And he's same thing. He's like, I know what I bring. So he was it gave me hope because I'm like, honey, these dates I've been on lately, what the hell?
These men are insane.
They're especially Colorado. I'm to the point to where like so this is my other thing. Ty, my ex, is a great man. He's great, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just like piddle-paddling in the pond. So really, Ty's all this. If you ain't giving me all this, goodbye. What am I doing?
Well, what's going to happen if he finds someone else?
Then I may have made the biggest decision, the biggest mistake of my life, maybe.
You could get him back, though.
I think so. Maybe. Fingers crossed. You never know. He's a Taurus, so he's very strong-minded.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's not easy to get a Taurus back.
No, it's not. Nope. So we'll see about that. So, you know.
Sorry to bring that up. That was very negative, but that's where my mind went.
I'm the water bearer, honey. I'm an Aquarius. So if anyone was going to do it, it's going to be me. But, you know, hopefully we both end up on the same path, and if not, I know we'll be great friends, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
But I think it's key what you just said, knowing who you are, what you bring to the table, the level of confidence, and the fact that we're in the industry to make people feel good, right? Because sometimes you can make someone look so good, and then they still don't feel good inside. You can see the most beautiful woman or man, and then you can see their level of insecurity, and you're like, man, it doesn't matter what I do on you, it's still never going to be good enough for you.
And you know, for me, I work with a lot of LGBTQ clientele, so a lot of trans women do come to me for their makeup appointments because they feel a lot more comfortable with me, which I don't blame them, you know.
Yeah.
And there's still that aspect of like, girl, I could paint you down to look like J-Lo right now. And if you don't have that 100% in yourself, like, it doesn't matter. And that's not just trans women. That's any woman. Mother of the brides too. Brides can sometimes be the hardest because they're so, you know, we do these trials. I've had brides do 4 trials before their wedding day.
And it looks the same every time, and they're still...
And they'll change a color. They're like, I think I want purple eyeshadow.
Oh, Jesus.
Champagne. Everything else
purple
is the same.
eyeshadow at your wedding.
Literally. I would never. But if that's what you wanted to do, that's fine. But it's like, I'll go through that journey with you to make sure you feel comfortable. However, at the end of the day, I cannot push this confidence into your system. I can be your hype man. I can be your makeup artist, your hairstylist, your best friend, the little gay in your pocket, baby. You can pay for that too. It is a separate fee. However, it doesn't matter if you don't have it.
Did you have a moment of insecurity?
Oh, absolutely. I think for me, especially being a gay black man in Colorado, I'm a gay man of color. I'm black Dominican, a little Italian, Dominican by proxy, but it's fine. And being in Colorado, which is primarily a very white gay state, you know, it's multicultural in other aspects, but it's very white in the LGBTQ community. You're looked at as a kink, as a fetish for myself, to where I'm like, okay, so like, do people actually want to be with me, or do they want to be with me for my skin tone, or do they want to be with me for like my other assets? So where now I don't even bring up what I do anymore. Smart. I just like, yep, I do production work. What does that mean? None of your motherfucking business. Anyways, that's all. You don't need to know about my businesses, my talk show job, or anything like that. That's totally fine. So I think for me, like, between my insecurity of my body shape and my overall aesthetic. Oh, we just got goodies.
We sure did.
My bougie ass wanted some muffins. And like,
She got you all the types. What's
I
in
love
there?
the stones, the muffins, the cake pops. Yes, darling, yes. But yeah, I think that insecurity for me has definitely popped up to where, like, there's days where, you know, I've lost 60 pounds in the last year, and I feel great about it. And there's still days where I'm like, girl, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this is not the shape you wanted. Or, you know, food. There's so many different things. But I think we were kind of talking about it earlier, right before we started. There is days I literally do not want to get out of bed. And, like, I think Megan Thee Stallion's song, Anxiety, is, like, so spot on. Because, like, a bad bitch got anxiety sometimes, okay, honey? My bank accounts are full. My house is beautiful. I have a great life. And there's still days where I'm just like,
yeah.
I literally have to wake up and tell myself, like, just roll out of bed and get out of bed.
Yeah.
And just start. And everything else will just start to kind of do what it needs to do. And sometimes if you just make it from the bed to the couch, cool.
Success.
You know, you just have to give yourself those points for that day. If you make it to the gym, even better. You made it to work, thank God. You're going out with friends now? You're the bad bitch, you know? But you just have to, you kind of have to reward yourself, especially when you become single or if you are single, because no one else is doing that for you.
Yeah,
You know? You have to give yourself that treatment and love.
Yeah, you have to push yourself. No, we're going to play a quick game.
Let's do
Yeah. So you are an amazing makeup artist. So
Thank
for
you.
those of you who don't know his makeup skills, check him out. But we want to talk about what we're going to see in the new year. So 2023. So we're going to play a game, Jaray for the Slay.
Ow.
Slay or nay.
Okay, I'm here for it. Yes, let's go.
Okay. Some of these are trending, some of these are personal questions, but I want to start with the blue lip gloss because I did have a question about that.
Yes, I love this lip gloss. This is a
What
good
brand
one.
is it?
This is Fenty's Ice Lip Gloss. So this is a peppermint-based lip gloss. And what's nice about it, and I think you saw earlier, is that the blue tone actually helps to make an appearance of a brighter, wider smile. So it's also refreshing. So if you're on your hoe phase right now, then you can also like put a little bit of this on, and it's like you just chewed a little bit of gum, baby. Now you'll you should still brush your teeth.
Please.
Just gonna tell
Definitely,
you, brush your
please
teeth,
brush.
use that mouthwash. But if you like, you in the middle of the night, you had a couple of shots of vodka or whatever, just throw this on. It's like, ooh, girl, I got the Arctic frost breath real quick. It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
I was thinking of something else though when I saw the blue. So you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
It's the blue lip gloss and it changes colors.
Depending on where you put it.
Yes. So
Where else you can put it?
your cheeks, lips, wherever you need some color.
where you gonna put it.
Exactly. I'm like, wait, hold on.
I
Let's
know.
test this out.
I don't know if Fenty makes it. There was one from like I think it's Queen Lips or Lipstick Queen. It's called like the Frog lipstick or Prince Frog lipstick or something like that. It starts off like a green tone and then it comes off to your exact pH level. I don't know if Fenty's doing one right now,
Okay.
but I do know like they have their lip stands, right? And I always tell people if you're like if you're in a pinch, you don't know what to do, whatever lip stain or lip color you're doing, use it for your cheeks. You can always use it as a quick blush. You want to make sure it's more on the matte side, not on the sheen side. Otherwise, you're going to have this real dewy finish. And in that case, throw a little setting powder on top. And
Glowing,
yeah,
glistening.
you're going to have, it could be a mess. You never know. But yes, I do love this Fenty gloss. It's really good.
Okay, so slay.
So it's a
Slay.
slay.
All
Slay.
day.
Okay, faux freckles.
Oh, this is a good one.
This is hard.
I used to do it when I was in like 5th grade, and I would
Right.
take my mom's brown eyeliner pencil.
No, my daughter still does it occasionally. It depends what she's wearing, but she'll do it. Just
Funny. I don't know.
It's funny because we spend so much money to ensure that we have these smooth palettes.
Yep.
Or then the funny part is then when I get the girls with freckles, they're like cover them, all of them. I don't want to see one of them. And then I get the girls with nothing on their skin. They're like, can you just see a couple freckles? So for me, it's a nay personally. But you know, when the occasion calls for it, listen to your heart. So like,
So it's a nay. It's a nay through and
It's a nay.
through.
It's a nay.
Okay. Fluffy brow look. Are we
this
still
is
for it?
It's a slay for me, honey. So I have nice thick brows. I
brows
was
are
blessed
insane.
with a full brow application here. I don't think we ever want to see pencil brows again. And some of the girls,
they said it was starting to
That was
trend
my
for
next.
a hot minute.
they said, but okay, are we really about to? So this is the thing. Too many girls have had their brows permanent makeup, microbladed, powdered, whatever you want to call it. We are not about to deplete that ink.
Oh my God.
So you can have the skinny ass brow again.
No.
No, ma'am. No Cindy Crawford. You can take that back with you. Take
Absolute
it back.
nay on the 90s brow.
Yeah,
nope.
nay. Thank
That's a
God.
nay.
Okay, a trending oh, go ahead.
Slay to the fluffy brow.
Yes.
Nay to the 90s brow. There we go. Just
Thank
to
you for
confirm that.
clarifying.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a trending product. The e.l.f. face primer. It's going viral.
Hell no. Nay.
Okay, and why?
Nay.
I'm shocked.
This is the thing people do not understand. The lower the price point, the lower the testing and clinical studies that are behind it. This is a bunch of chemical bullshit that's being put into a tube that you're sliding onto your face that's about $5 cheaper than a Maybelline maybe. For what? For what? You're talking about the putty silicone one thingamajigger?
The primer that everyone's using right now.
Girl, if y'all don't spend $10 more and actually use some goddamn anti-aging primers from you can use Maybelline, you can use Max, just stop buying e.l.f.
No
Stop
e.l.f.
it. No more.
I like their makeup brushes.
The brushes are cute if you're on the go, but then you're replacing those every 2 months.
That's a good point. Shit.
Stop doing that to yourself. I have
It's
so
a
many girls that come in and I'm
nay.
like, if y'all don't save up your little coins, if it's going onto your skin,
Yes.
I want you to spend a little bit more just to know the integrity basis of your skincare, of your makeup, whatever it is actually studied. It's not going to cause you some weird, crazy shit, reaction.
Look at my daughter
Gabby.
with the cheap eyeliner that I thought it was like, oh, it's fine. It's just an eyeliner.
You would think. But that eye area, we know, it's so sensitive. You put something that hasn't been thoroughly cleansed, that has all these extra mica products, these random ink numbers, all that good stuff, it's going to mess with your skin eventually, especially if you're used to using good shit.
Yeah.
Because there's tested and studied. That's the only thing I'm saying on that. So
it's
hell
nay.
nah, nay.
It's a nay. Okay. Well, what should we get instead? What's like the ideal no budget primer?
Honestly, for a no budget primer, I do. Ooh, this is a good one. Hold up. NYX. I do love NYX
So that's
because
cheap, though.
It's cheap, but here's the thing: NYX is owned by L'Oreal. L'Oreal is a parent company to Urban Decay, to IT Cosmetics. So what happens with these brands is that they utilize and minimize. They take it from the big premier brands and they'll go ahead and take down and like kind of scale down to the basic ingredients essentially. So you're at least getting quality ingredients that are being utilized from a bigger brand, like one of those prestige brands that you're finding in Nordstrom, Ulta, Sephora. However, it's going to be a lot better for you overall than that bullshit you're putting on your face from e.l.f.
All right. Next up, blue eyeshadow. We're seeing it a lot.
Where?
Euphoria.
My
White
aunt,
Lotus.
Exactly.
My aunt.
Exactly.
She got the pink. In fact, I don't know what happened in New Mexico, aunties, but they're going down this rabbit hole of purple hair because they go gray. So, like 3 of people I know that are over 60 have purple hair. So, and then
like
they're
it.
wearing the little blue and then the little pink. I'm like, oh. Jesus, that's
It's
happening.
the 80s all over again.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. When I think of blue eyeshadow, I think both of you can relate to this. I think of Mimi from the Drew Carey Show. So with that being said, from the very jump of my career as a makeup artist, blue eyeshadow is not allowed. Nay, nay, nay. It is never a slay. I've done it a couple times based only off of requests, especially, and it's all these young girls, like quinceañeras and prom
really?
girls. They love the blue eyeshadows, and I
Okay.
don't know
Tanya, us
why.
Mexicans.
It's, honey,
So-
y'all
Hey.
be pulling out something. I'm like, okay. Like, literally electric
I
blue.
don't know. I know.
How do you even like blend it? You just,
I could see maybe blue for a cover, like print, maybe?
Right.
Like,
Like a-
if,
yeah,
if it's
fashion.
actual
Absolutely.
something, but not like a date night or a quinceañera.
No,
I slapped the shit out of my daughter. If she wanted blue, I'm like, baby, what's happening?
Let's look back at this. And for me, I try to it's blue eyeliner. Let's trim it down.
That's what I say. The colored eyeliner we like, right?
A mascara, yes,
Like
that's
spring.
okay.
Spring, maybe?
Exactly. That's a great time for those pops. But like on your eyes, think about this, right? What are we constantly trying to cover underneath our
dark
eyes?
circles.
And what do those dark circles consist of? Blues and purples.
Yeah.
So now, by taking all this blue eyeshadow on top, all you
Raccoon.
doing is becoming a raccoon. That's it, honey.
Lord.
That's it. So I don't like to do it personally. If there's a woman over 30 asking for it, I'm like, let's have a conversation.
Is everything okay at home?
Literally, like, what is this crisis we're going through,
Let's sit down with Angel and have a talk with her. I want to know, I don't know if this is on the sheet, but I want to know because I wanted to try this at home in my living room for New Year's. But the eyeliner that's going like this.
The graphic liner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
I'm
wanted to
here
try-
for that.
I wanted to try that.
That looked good on you.
Absolutely. And I love those too because it's so simple. You can do a nude eyeshadow all over, do your basic wing. And what I like to tell people is if you have a gel liner, it might be easier to do it with. My professional self, we can like whip that out with a little liquid liner real quick. But take your regular wing and then take your gel liner and literally from the a little spot from where your wing is, just go right into your crease. And it should shape out immediately for you.
Fun.
If you're feeling a little weird about it, try it with eyeshadow first on a little tiny brush. So then that way you can and do a lighter eyeshadow, like a soft
That's
brown.
smart, just to see how it's going to turn out.
Trace it out first. But, if you ain't going nowhere, you should do that. If you going
good test
somewhere,
run.
it is not the time to try some bullshit.
Like when I tried the pencil curler with my hair for the holiday party.
Oh.
I cried.
I saw
Angel was
that.
consoling me in our back office as I was crying because I felt so ugly.
Oh, honey. I did see that. It didn't look ugly, though.
Oh,
it
I
was
think
very
it would.
bouncy.
I felt like
Yeah, it was
I was in middle school, like the ugly, weird
It just
girl.
wasn't her look, like it wasn't.
So don't try it when you're about to be taking photos the whole night.
It was hard to take her serious.
I know.
She was like, Miss Frizz, what did you say? Like,
And then by the end of the night, like, because you brush it out, right? It looks good. But in the night, it just turned into straight ringlets. My boyfriend was calling me an American Girl doll.
oh, girl.
No, but the funny thing is I actually bought one as well. We bought
Same
one at the same
thing.
time, but she's like, I'm going to try it for the party. I'm like, ooh, I'm not trying it before
See,
the
your
party.
hair would look amazing because
No.
it's long.
Again, it would take about 12 hours.
You
to
saw
color.
mine and returned it immediately.
So this is the thing. How did you, when you took it out, did you do anything or did you just take it out and you're like, this is who I am
I took it out and I'm like, I got this.
Well, they were so tiny, you can't brush it because then it'll frizz. So she was like pulling them apart.
So this is where we're going to step in. We're going to do a quick little treatment for really tight curls, right?
Yes.
You can still get there, okay? So you take a little bit of a hair oil, dry oil. If your hair is a lot lighter, if it's more on the straight, lightweight side, then you want to take like a dry oil. Yes, if you have like a thicker hair like Angel, you can use like a Moroccan oil base.
What's
Take
a dry
little bit.
oil?
A dry oil, so Living Proof makes one, Verb makes one, and it's an oil that doesn't stick and has sticky saturation to it. So it actually evaporates, but the moisture is still there, so you don't get that extra weight down there. But you take like a pump of that, take it between your hands, and you just smooth that shit out, honey, until you get to a pretty good spot to where you're like, okay, all of that hydration saturated in there. Then you can kind of take your fingers through it and pull it out.
This is
a
after
little
you
bit.
curl.
After you curl, especially if you feel like it's too tight. That's where you want to do that. Now, back up. Let's say that you're there and you're like, well, this is who I am now.
I wanted to put it in a ponytail.
Exactly.
It didn't. Wouldn't go in a pony.
Baby.
We named her Zlata. I don't
Zlata.
know.
I was like a Russian
I
mafia
named
girl.
her Zlata.
A Russian
Zlata.
prostitute, honestly.
Honestly, well, so at that point, that's what I would have taken like a little wet brush and like a little bit of gel, brush that bitch back up, and then give yourself like a little poofy pony.
That would have
would've
been
cute,
cuter.
too.
I think the issue too is I did a middle part
No.
to start, so it was just like.
That
so then
is why
switched
we
to
don't like
side.
me up. Mm-hmm.
She kept playing with it all night. I got tired of
People were
looking at
slapping
it.
me.
Baby, you should have just called. Next time, just call me.
After
know.
a few drinks, she just was crying at that point.
I'm
I'm
sure.
like, it's my time to go home now.
Oh my god, that's like I'm booking my spray tan professionally before Mexico. Already got her number. I'm never doing anything myself again. So lesson learned.
It's just easier. That's why we're here. Service
why we're
providers
here.
are here for you, so you don't have to make those
I
like
know.
last minute mistakes. You know.
But with
This
makeup,
is who I am today. Zlata is out.
We have all been there. Okay, I've cut
for
myself
sure.
shaving, and I'm like, well, I'm a thug now. I'm like,
You were
I'm gonna
talking
put
about
this
your
Band-Aid on here.
zit.
Exactly. Yes, I had a zit a couple weeks ago, girl, and it's like, look, I might be needing to come see you in a couple weeks here, because it is definitely hyperpigmented. But when it was at its out of tight, it was not going anywhere, but I was going somewhere. So I took that eyebrow pencil, honey. Never use a black eyeliner if you're gonna do this. You take something brown or something softer than your natural hair color, and I tapped over that bitch real quick. And I was at the bar later, and one of my girls were like, "Bitch, I I've never noticed your beauty mark. It's so cute. I'm like, you talking about Mount Vesuvius over here? Yeah.
See, that's a new trend. Instead of the cute little pimple patches, the designs, you just turn them into beauty marks.
I mean, so do the pimple patches because it's going to help with the salicylic and it's going to like bring it down. Like as soon as I got home that night, I pulled out my Kate Somerville little sulfur treatment, that pink honey, and I was slathered that bitch, you know?
I can't see anything now. Looks great.
Oh, thank you.
I know, it looks good.
That's from the beauty of makeup forever.
Okay, I was going to say, let's go on a quick tangent here. So
Absolutely.
if you're broken out, your skin's looking like shit, what's like your go-to foundation or skin routine?
Less is more. Okay. You want to do just enough to smooth up the texture, but not to cake on top. Because what can happen, especially like let's say you're using an e.l.f. product, right? It's probably not common. It's probably not non-comedogenic, meaning it's going to fill up your pores with all this bullshit. And now you have this extra silicone layer in your skin that, excuse me, that Topo Chico. You have this extra silicone layer in your skin that's not going to be expressed, right? And now you're giving Angel twice her work to do when you come back in for your treatment, which is bullshit because you should haven't done that in the first place. So for me, I do like a lightweight foundation. I like the It Cosmetics, Your Skin But Better, Makeup Forever's Reboot Foundation, MAC Face and Body. Very, very lightweight just to give myself a little tint. So I don't want to cover the texture once again. I want to neutralize the redness. I want to neutralize the discoloration. Then I take this powder. This powder is my go. It's the Makeup Forever Velvet Matte Powder.
Can I see it?
Absolutely. It's very, very smoothing. And I love it too because even the applicator.
I want to dip my hand in it.
You can touch it. You're fine.
Are you sure?
You're fine. I got
that's
cleaners.
silky.
It's silk, honey. It is super duper silky. Now, this is the beautiful part about this is that the little sponge, one side comes with like this little white side. This is actually for oil control, so you can take up all the excess oil first. The other side is for your application.
You need one of those.
Honey. So I just got off a call and I was getting told that they might be redoing this. And I'm like, if y'all take this away from me, I will kill everyone.
It's like the Laura Mercier tinted.
Let this be a warning.
Literally, Makeup Forever. You hear me? Okay. I will not freelance anymore. That would be my go-to. Like a lightweight water-based foundation typically. Water-based is key there because you don't want these excess silicones. Even alcohol-based formulas are really bad for your skin because they're going to dry out everything. And like here in Colorado, we are technically in a desert climate. People don't like to think about that, but we're in a desert tundra, so to speak. You need hydration. So you want that water to be able to go in and push out. And then I do a little bit of this to smooth everything out and make myself look like
Fab.
this.
So an issue that I run into in a lot of people, if their face is broken out in red, applying bronzer and blush just makes it look muddy.
Yes.
Should you avoid that
Absolutely.
if you're really broken out?
If you're really broken out, I would so this is actually I have a great face to see this on, is that I'm not broken out, right? But I do have a beard. I didn't feel like shaving today. The moment I put blush in here, you have to think about, for me, my blue-based black hair is going to be looking, and I use more corally, like warmer blushes typically to raise up and warm up my skin. So the moment I put that there, all this is sticking out a lot more. So then you have to do double the work to like take your foundation through a little bit more. So same concept if you have more textured skin, if you're breaking out a bit more. If you have all this blush and bronzer here, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb now because we just neutralize all that discoloration with your concealer, your foundation, your setting powder. So instead, lean towards your highlight. The highlight's going to give a soft glow. And don't place it where you would put your blush and stuff. Go a little bit higher so that you can go ahead and get that directional pull. And it's going to just give you that brilliance. And now people aren't staring here at your breakout. They're staring here at like, ooh, what's this beautiful shine? It's all an illusion, honey. Life is an illusion.
Life is one big illusion.
Morticia Adams said it best. Normal is an illusion. What's normal for the spider is chaos for the fly.
Love that. I love that too.
We're not done with the Nair Slay,
Okay,
by the way.
let's go.
So now we'll do this. Kind of ties in with the makeup. So the most trending foundation of the year, I'd say, the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless with the stick.
You love that, huh?
It's good.
Okay.
I heard
Slay.
So I can speak on this because I do have it in my kit. You're talking about, so this is the part that people don't get. It's a 2-step product. Charlotte Tilbury is a genius. So that is technically just your like primer, illuminator, and a tint. So it's great for your on the go. I would use that with my pressed powder. Done, right? But the way it's supposed to be sold is to go under the Airbrush Flawless Finish foundation. And then to be set with the Airbrush Flawless Finish setting powder. That woman is a fucking genius because she created a whole trifecta, and now she has the Airbrush Flawless Concealer. Like,
Wow.
She's great. I don't
She's
like the
magical.
cheesy commercials though. Like I'm watching
Darling!
TV.
Yes.
I'm like, you don't need that type of marketing.
Absolutely
girl.
not. Like literally, you are doing like the royals of the UK. Like you're
It's so
fine.
bad,
You're
so
fine.
I need to get this tinted moisturizer.
Yeah.
Whole thing.
You didn't get it?
No.
So this is the thing. You don't need it. Like
Yeah,
that's where I'm
it's
at. It's gimmicky. So overall, to me, nay. Because if you have an
Wow.
illuminating primer,
Interesting.
it's gonna do the same job. All that is a tinted illuminating primer.
Okay.
Oh.
That's all it is. So MAC Strobe Cream, even the new MAC Radiance Primer, great, love that. That's gonna get. And what I do, because I've used the Charlotte Tilbury foundation in my kit, especially when I don't feel like doing airbrush makeup on brides. Charlotte Tilbury does give a very nice airbrush finish. However, she thick as fuck. So I thin it out with a little bit of the MAC Radiance primer, and then I would do the MAC Radiance primer all over, or the Artist Couture illuminating primer for every day, which is what I'm wearing today. And then it's the same gist, honey. It's the same gist. It's all a gimmick. So to save you some coins, nay.
And
Ooh.
okay, yeah, no, I'm actually shocked with that. Another thing I hate about it is people will dip the applicator in and then they're rubbing it all over their face. They're dipping it back in. So for that reason, I'm a nay.
Exactly. I completely agree with you. And I like to always remind people, like, you don't have to use, like, I'll use my concealer underneath my eye, but if I have a spot that I'm treating,
Yeah.
that's not going to go there because now I might be risking spreading that bacteria around my skin. So a quick tip, y'all remember Cool Whip tops, right? Some good old
What
yogurt
is it?
tops. This is your palette now. Use that as your palette instead of using the back of your hand or using like all these applicators directly to your skin.
A Cool Whip top, like the top of a Cool Whip
Yeah,
thing?
yeah. You know, like the
Okay.
whipped cream little
Yeah.
containers. Yeah, take that top, wash it with your dish Dawn soap real quick, get it nice and antibacterialized, a little dial if you need to. Now you have a palette for free.
Wow. I don't have Cool Whip though. That's the problem.
You have yogurt, Greek
Probably,
yogurt.
yeah.
You probably have Greek yogurt or like an old container that you just don't use or whatever, like an old dollar stove lid. That's
Yeah.
fine. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
So we should first put the foundation or face makeup on the palette and then dab from there. I'm like squirting it on my face.
And that's where so too many girls are sitting here looking cakey all day.
okay, that's
Yeah.
So I get the compliment a lot of like, wow, it doesn't look like you're wearing makeup, A, B, and C. Like,
Yeah.
because I shear out all of my products. I want just enough. I also take extremely good care of my skin. That foaming cleanser from last time, sis, look, that should be getting me together, honey, okay? I'm like, you're going to smooth everything out, yes. And then that neck serum too, girl, ooh, I be putting it on the back of my head too, because you know she bald or whatever. So like, you gotta keep these wrinkles at bay. But yes, that is a great way to kind of get everything nice and smooth out and not have to use your hand. Or what happens pretty much is that you use too much product by pumping that directly to your face. Because Instagram started that for some reason, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, so this isn't on the list, but I just thought of it. Have you seen the trend where people are taking their like the latte foamer handheld, and they're mixing foundation with water, and they're creating a homemade foundation whip? It was all over TikTok for a minute, but
Hell no.
no, I looked at it, I was like, it looks kind of nice.
It's interesting. So this is where science comes in as a chemist, because as estheticians, cosmetologists, we're trained in chemistry a lot. It depends on what foundation you have. If you're using a MAC Studio Fix base that has more silicone base, and now you're mixing this water in, all you are doing is creating a beautiful separation that's going to be on your skin later.
Ugh.
Because at the end of the day, water likes water, silicone likes silicone, oil likes oil, alcohol likes alcohol. So if you use a water-based primer with a silicone-based foundation, you're most likely going to see your shit separate. So now you're custom making your foam foundation.
So it's a nay.
Hell nah. Go buy it,
hard
honey.
nay,
Go buy it,
hard
baby.
nay.
Mm-mm.
I have one, glossy lips or matte lips.
Glossy lips for days,
Yes,
darling.
thank you.
It gives hydration and juiciness. Like,
Yes.
who doesn't want that?
Okay, overlined lips, slay or nay?
Okay, I have something to say about this. I think I did it today. Let me check. So, because, over 40. So they were saying that, like, women my age and older, because we have, as you get older, you get skinnier lips. Instead of, back in my day, we did the point and made sure it was very, like, defined. That now women my age are doing a little round over.
Absolutely.
Okay.
To give an illusion of slightly fuller without looking overlined, not going too over. And so I started doing it, and the girls thought that I had did my lips.
Oh my gosh, yes, that one day.
I did
It's a game changer. So I love that. I do all my lips like that. I start from the bottom corners around, and you always want to start from the middle, so then that way you're not overdrawing from here to here and creating this like whole bozo moment.
Yeah.
So you start from the middle, shape up to the bottom corner, up to the bottom corner, and then it's easier for me to actually go from the side over, because naturally. If we're here, we kind of want to do like this peak, Mount Vesuvius, and then down.
Yeah.
If you go from the outer corner of the lip into the inner corner or into the peak of the lip, you're naturally going to get a rounded shape every time.
Yeah, because I have to like sometimes redo it because I naturally want to just go up and down.
Absolutely. No.
So,
same.
but I tried it and I didn't say anything. I walked in the office and the girls were like, "Did you get your lips done?" I'm like, "No."
It looks so good.
So women over 40, I think anyone really
Yeah.
that has thinner lips. Not that I have thin lips, but I wanted to try it and see how it looked because I usually did the old school way.
And if you don't have a lip liner, a great little, because so many of these brow products now are waterproof, longwear ABC, use your brow product, your brow pencil, to shape out your lips inside. It's a great quick tidbit if
Even
you're
though
on
it's
the
dark?
go. It shouldn't be too dark though.
Yeah,
that's
it
the
should
thing.
be like a lighter
It
because
should-
I have used my eyeliner.
Absolutely.
That's so interesting.
Because she's the cholita in
Yeah.
heart.
We did it back in the day.
My girl, exactly. I was like, where's that espresso out, bitch? Let's
I
go.
do love the trend,
Mocha
though.
up this bitch right here real quick.
People are doing it now. That like Kylie Jenner's whole new, she posted a video and it's the darker lips and then she just blends it down with a little brush.
And
I
she
love
stole
it.
that from people of color in the 90s. But yeah,
It's not Kylie.
like everything else the Kardashians do.
I
It's
know.
fine. But
Okay.
you know, kudos to them. They make
Slay or
money.
nay
I know.
Kardashians.
Which one?
Because the Kardashians as a whole.
As an enterprise, slay. I have to give them the business aspect because they are fucking killing
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
it every single day.
I've never watched an episode, and I take pride in that. But I have to give it to them.
Absolutely.
They with the makeup and the skims and the robes and they're diamond in on their name. Like
Okay,
you
Kim,
can't.
slay or nay?
Slay.
Slay. If you said nay, there'd be a problem.
I do love them. I'm not going to lie. I love them because I love the tenacity of like, they do not take shit. Chris is a powerhouse. Chris has made this family, okay?
know.
She owns 60% of these shares, darling, you know? And
And someone's going down if they try to take down their empire. So
Oh.
she's like a bull.
I mean, you see Kanye.
Oh, we can't talk about that.
I love Kanye.
I do love Kanye
I
too,
know.
deep down. That's the thing. Jesus was slay. I really do. Like, it's so bad. Now, New Ye, I'm not really here for it.
But you know, this is mental illness.
Absolutely.
Right?
100%.
That's the part. And I think that's the part that needs to be talked about a lot more and not just like, yeah, it's crazy.
Not
like
just
mental
bashing
illness.
him and not just like he's crazy. I'm like, you give a crazy person a microphone, they're gonna say stuff that you don't want to hear.
Absolutely. A microphone and millions of dollars, if not billions. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, next one. Overlined lips. We just talked about that.
Purr, slay.
Okay. Contouring your face with self-tanning foam overnight. Have you seen people do that?
Oh.
They use the body
Yes.
foam. I kind of like
Yes.
it.
I don't.
I don't.
What if it goes
because-
bad? Like you're not.
Then you're screwed.
Yeah, you're like you have an event. You think you're gonna contour.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Okay.
What are most self-tanning products made out of? Sugar base. What does your skin typically react to when it's breaking out? Sugars. So now you are implying all this extra sugar because typically most self-tanners are made from either beet, like beet juices, or damn, I should know the second one. Beets is a big one though. I forgot the second one. Or it's just chemically induced and it's all chemical products. The thing is that like we tell you not to wear your makeup when you go to bed, right? So why are we putting the self tanner on your face like that? It's a nay for me because I care about your skin, baby. But I see where it can be cool. Don't get me wrong.
Hey, I like to spray tan.
Absolutely.
I'm like the lightest Latina. I warned you already when we're gonna go swimming later.
You're
that
going
I am so
swimming.
pasty.
We headed to the spool. Let's go to the beach.
You better believe. But I like to spray tan at night. I don't spray tan my face. I use the Dr. Gross pads.
Absolutely.
I think those are a great way to give you an instant glow. Maybe not contour your face, but at least it'll give you a nice little glow, a little tint.
I have a new favorite self-tanning face product.
Which one?
Luxe Unfiltered, the tanning drops. They don't clog your pores. It's a clear dropper put it on, and it kind of gradually builds. So it's like a tanning water, but without all the shit in it that most of them have. I love it. I mean,
Can
I
we
don't
just
tan
talk
yet,
about? Okay, so this is the thing that I think we're gonna just debunk a myth about people of color, because like I love looking tan. I love looking, because for me
too.
tan is radiance and warmth, right? I'm not looking to look darker, which there's nothing wrong with being a melanated queen whatsoever at all. I love a
Yeah.
good 9 Fitzpatrick scale all day. However, I also love to bronze and warm up, and these damn freaking self-tanning companies really need to look at like how to create warmth and radiance for deeper complexions
100%.
over
With
like
yellow
which is-
base, like because I have a
Yes.
yellow base, and so sometimes I go out looking like Trump, like
Yes.
that red, like orangey, dingy.
it
Yeah.
rushes to your skin tone, right? And it's
And
like, can we get a golden bronze moment? I want to
Yeah.
look like I was a Mykonos for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
Take me back,
that's
Lord.
it, exactly. Oh yeah, you did go. Oh girl, I should do one of those trips now.
Eat, pray,
You're
love.
single.
trips.
Honey,
Now's
eat,
the
pray,
time.
love.
He'd never come back. He would never come back.
Probably not. I heard they like black men alive, so
Oh,
we'll see.
Well, I told you I stayed on the gay side. I didn't know.
Oh, no.
And I was like, look at all these fucking hot men. And I was like, ooh, ooh. And then I sat down and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of men here. He's like, honey, you're at the gay bar. And I was like, oh shit. I'm like flirting with one of them.
You fucking would though.
I know. And so by day 2, they're my best friends.
Your
I can dress
besties.
like a slut.
Absolutely.
They took you
They
out.
took me
took
out.
pictures.
I was a queen that day.
Yes.
Hey, if you ever want to be treated like a queen, be around a bunch of gay men.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
spot on
And
truth.
all you have to do is show a little titty.
That's it. And then
That's
someone
it.
might give you a little piddle paddle
Yeah.
with consent. With
consent,
consent.
they're just like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I
and
love
they
that.
just go ahead, Phil. Squeeze,
Exactly.
squeeze.
But then typically the straight girls be coming back to me like, "Can I grab your ass too?" I'm like, "All right, girl, go ahead." You know, it's a pitter patter. It's a back and forth for
but
sure.
you have to with consent.
Absolutely, consent is sexy.
But I loved it. They were taking my pictures for me. They were okay. Sorry, we got off on a tangent.
No, girl, I'm like, I'm
I
about
need
to
a
book me
Mykonos
this
glow
trip.
again.
Okay.
I know. Should we all
I'm
go
like,
to Mykonos?
Are we doing a girls trip to Mykonos?
Yes.
Oh,
Bitch,
my
look, I'm doing
God.
Vegas next weekend with some girls, so like maybe we should just.
My boyfriend
plan
will
up
be
for
in Vegas.
spring.
Should I fly out?
I'm telling you.
Come on, are you coming to Vegas too? What's
Should we go to
good?
Vegas? Let's
We're
go to
staying at the Win
Vegas.
Encore
When?
Next
weekend.
weekend.
I
I'll go.
also found out it's
Oh my
also
God.
the electronics convention,
Angel
which
would
is at the
hate
same
it.
time as the porn awards. So like,
Wait, electronics, not electronic music.
Oh no, just electronic.
That's
like,
why my
the
boyfriend's there, I
technical-
think.
Oh really?
He does tech shit. I don't even know.
We're staying at the Win Encore. If you want to come on down,
Maybe.
The
I
porn
didn't think
exhibit,
Vegas-
that would be fun.
It's just for 2 days.
Maybe.
Or
Anyway.
maybe an overnight. Anyways, we'll talk
Should
about
we go to
later.
Vegas, guys?
I
Yes
have-
or no?
P-
Slay or
I have-
nay?
I know, Slay or nay.
Slay.
I have PTSD with Southwest right now, so my heart is like, wait, I still
Oh.
haven't got my luggage back.
Oh
bitch,
yeah.
So
We gotta
so
fly
that is
Spirit.
one thing. Off the bat, I was like, so I'm gonna take my carry-ons.
Yeah.
And that's it,
Carry-on
honey. I'm
always.
taking 2 motherfucking carry-ons. Okay. Like,
take advantage of those 2 free bags.
Well, the new thing is they say fly Spirit or Frontier, the cheapest airlines, 'cause they don't give a fuck. They're still going.
and they
They're-
are. And they are.
How is
That's so
Spirit
true.
doing that? Like,
I have
wow.
no idea.
They're just
Now,
like a bus on.
I've seen some videos of these Spirit people
Oh
cussing
my
some
God.
motherfuckers out, honey. They
Yeah.
said, "You will not talk to me this way. I will not answer back to you if you raise your voice to me."
Love
I said,
that.
"I don't blame you, sis, because that's how I run my business. No, ma'am. No, ma'am."
yeah,
Okay,
gotcha.
so let's transition into 2023 looks. What are we going to see? What should we expect from the makeup trends?
Yes.
We are combining the last 10 years, okay? So if you notice, 2013, 2012 area is when we really started to get more into the makeup looks in Instagram world, whether it be blocky brows, contour, highlight, bronzing, all the jazz. So I am first seeing, and I'm putting my Miss Cleo hat on. Hold on real quick. Boop. I think for your future, darling, we're going to see a good combination of bronzy, glowy looks through the first half of the year. So about January to June, we're going to continue to see those bronzy, glowy looks, feathered brows, really nice, bold lip colors, and people are doing less with the eyes, more with the lips and cheeks, which I love. Now, through the second half of the year, I think we are going to see a matte takeover. The 90s are
Interesting.
storming, honey. Brown, muted matte tones, soft grays, charcoals, everything you can think of, like from pretty much July to December of next year, you're going to see an overturn of 1996 through 2000.
So that's including the face makeup too. Matte, we don't want dewy, we want the matte lip.
A lot of the girls are going to be going super duper matte. Now, I don't want that. I'm going to still put a gloss on a bitch.
My face is naturally so matte, you could scrape.
When you say a loud lip, are you talking lots of colors? Like
pops of like purples, reds, big vibrant pinks, because this happens every 3 to 4 years essentially too. But right now, I think we're set in such a renaissance era. You won't break my soul, and I think we're really gonna start to see a lot of these different techniques being combined into one big beautiful look.
I'm kind of for it.
What's one thing we should get rid of?
Stop color correcting. Stop color correcting. Stop using pinks and oranges. If your full coverage concealer is not doing the job for you, you should probably invest into something better. I tell everyone that.
Do people still use color correctors?
So many people. And it's an extra step that you just don't need. And if you do need it, you use it in a primer. Makeup Forever's equalizer primers are great because they're sheer enough to give you a little bit of a tint so that your makeup stays on and it's also still locking in your makeup but also balancing your color rather than packing on an orange fucking lipstick underneath your eye. Because I was there too and I did it. We don't need to do all that.
No, too much work and hard to get off. So I want to leave behind in 2022 crusty under eyes. So it's bad.
Who has crusty under eyes?
A lot of women, when they're doing their concealer, they're not properly
like
setting.
So dry, so dry. Yes.
Give us the
Because-
routine.
Conceal, set, bake. Your translucent powder to bake is not your
Conceal.
baking powder.
Set, bake.
So what's the difference? Okay, so
Your translucent powder, Laura Mercier's powder, is not meant to overload with a big ass puff underneath your eye.
Okay.
It's meant to take with a soft, fluffy brush and gently press and roll underneath your eye. Then, if you wanted to take your Makeup Forever Velvet Matte Loose powder or your Huda Beauty baking. No bake baking powder or something like that, and do what I like to call a quick bake. If you're in a drier climate like Colorado, you can do a little bit of a triangle underneath your eye, a little nice isosceles pulling up and out for a maximum isosceles triangle. We're geometric.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Yes, honey. Oh, she's educated. Don't play. Don't let the cosmetology license fool you. District 49, Colorado
isosceles,
Springs.
I forgot that was a word.
He said, I'm educated.
Baby, okay, that education's paid for.
I'm not apparently.
We got 1 minute.
1 minute.
Okay. So before putting all that stuff on, how can we remove it? Because the under eye area is delicate. As estheticians, we know a few ways. But as a makeup artist, different tips and tricks we can do. 2
layers. Take your eye makeup, your eye wipe first, your makeup remover wipe first, and gently. I love the MAC sensitive skin wipes. They are amazing.
This is before applying, right?
Oh, no. I thought you were saying to take off the
No, I
day.
thought you said to take off the makeup.
No, prior to makeup, how can we remove that properly
Oh,
or
the
set
crusty,
a
dry
good
skin?
canvas? Yeah.
Oh, so utilizing eye creams that are not overly active. If you have a retinol eye cream, stop using that during the day. You want to use hydrating eye creams, creamy avocado eye cream from Kiehl's. It Confidence and eye cream. It's clinical.
Or youth eye.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything hydrating.
Yeah.
Don't use those actives during the day. Keep your actives for the evening where you can truly hydrate, because then you should be doing your full 7 steps and capping off everything with an oil.
All right. So how do we remove all this shit on our face? What's the proper way?
So if you're in a quick bit, you're drunk at the end of the night, I'm gonna tell you, do a makeup wipe and then wash your skin. Okay. But now if we have some time, we're going to do a 3-step process. We're going to do a makeup wipe. Then we're going to do a cleansing balm so we can saturate and remove and kind of do an oil on oil with all that extra product that's on the skin. And then cleanse your skin, preferably with a foaming cleanser. If you're a little bit more on the drier side, use a nice creamy lathering cleanser. And then rinse off, utilize a toner, take off all that excess debris, and throw on that motherfucking serum. Followed by your moisturizer and or eye cream, serum, then moisturizer. Call it a day.
Easy.
Awesome. Well, we just want to thank you for being on the show again. I feel like we're going to have you on many more times, especially as the season changes. And I want to have you back to make sure these predictions you just said come to pass, 'cause I feel like that's going to be very, very true.
Me too. Let's test this Miss Cleo skills.
And to hear about your New Year's.
Yes.
Yes, we can't wait to hear about New Year. So happy New Year, everyone. One more thing. What is your one New Year's resolution? one of many probably, but
My biggest one is to stop my self-doubt because it's already there. Stick with your gut. I love how I was like, stick with your
Feel
gut.
I felt that.
Truly.
Well, thank you so much. We love you. We appreciate you. And I'm going to be trying all the... I want that minty stuff.
Sephora. Or no, it's not Ulta too.
What if you
Sephora
give a
or
BJ?
Ulta.
Is it minty?
I haven't tried that yet.
Okay.
Might hurt.
All right, you guys. Thank you. We love you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Cheers.